If we are live, we are live. We've got 100 people watching.
All
Let's
right.
quickly check if the tech is on. If the tech is on, then we are good to start. Public, can you guys hear us? My internet is acting up. Oh, there we are. There we are. There we are. No, no audio. No audio. Audio is back now. Audio back.
Is the audio back? Is the audio back? Is the audio back?
Volume is low. Hold on.
Is
Hold
the
on.
audio back? Volume is low. Nice.
There.
Very nice.
Now I have to fix my gain, and now everything is back. Hello, everybody. This is the coolest thing that I own with regards to Black Panther.
It's
My
magnificent.
sound is also back. Audio is also back. It is a mask that comes. You have no idea. Can I just tell you? Yes. Great. This thing. Why Sahil's Black Panther face like Sharad Pawar? Because
Wow.
I took all the minerals and never gave them away. Anyways, in other news, yes, shout out. I don't know if he's there, but shout out to Nachiket Kulkarni.
Okay.
He, Meghna's cousin. He gave me this. He gave me this mask as a gift, and he's also worked on a ton of Marvel movies. He does. He used to do the rotoscoping work and all. So
Oh,
for the
really?
first time, end credit sequence, I could see someone I know, and I'm like, "Hey, Nachiket, how are you?
That's
Hey."
amazing.
So this is the
That
coolest
is
mask.
very cool.
Yeah, it's the coolest mask he's ever got. I can't breathe, so I'm just going to get this out. I just had
That's
to
a
do
good
that.
idea. I
Yeah.
will also be back in exactly 1 second
Okay.
because I have cat sounds happening.
Yeah, I know. I can get it. Till then, I'll say hi, hello to everybody.
Okay.
Whew. All right. Hi, hello, Janta Public. Hi, hi, hi. Welcome to another episode of Binge O'Clock, also known as The One Show. The one show where tech never happens correctly because I am an idiot. Bring men of culture. We will bring men of culture eventually. We had got them for the Doctor Strange episode. Tum log wo dekho. Also, please spam mat karo. Please, please, please. I'm going to just put you in timeout because you're a SS Game Zone. You are really spamming. As Devesh said, SS Game Zone, chill bhai. But welcome everybody to another episode of Binge O'Clock. Before Rohan comes, you guys know the deal. एक बार please like button दबाओ. एक बार please I beg of you press the like button. I am tired of asking for likes. The more you press the like, the more the people will know that the stream is online. The more people will come to watch. Okay. Okay, let's go. भाई क्राउन पर भी खरो एक एपिसोड ऑफ कोर्स 1899 वी हैव टू टॉक अबाउट एंडोर वी हैव टू टॉक अबाउट आज उसका सीजन फिनाले था. हाय आकाश, हाउ आर यू? Thoughts on Andor? Can it be watched by people who haven't seen a single Star Wars? Yes, please watch it. Please watch it.
It's the best show.
Yeah, I've been converted. It is a spy thriller. It's like a proper spy thriller. We'll do a proper episode on Andor because I also have a lot
Full
to talk
on.
about. But Rohan, do you want to tell them about Andor? Let Rohan give his pitch. It's the most passionate pitch ever.
Andor is amazing. It's the best show. If please watch Andor. It is everything like that. It just shows you what Star Wars can be and how sad it is that we've been so limited to Sith and Jedi and like just the Skywalker family. This show doesn't say Skywalker, it doesn't say Sith, it doesn't say Jedi, it doesn't say any of that stuff. And it is somehow the most compelling,
Beautiful.
brilliant, high stakes Star Wars show
It's too good.
I have seen in a long. In fact, I would go so far as to say, in terms of the writing and the dialogue, it is.
It's so good.
I think, in fact, I would say Star Wars has probably never had so much sustained, quotable, good dialogue ever. Like, in terms of, if you had to, they've had a lot of like iconic lines, and they've had a lot of those things, and they've had, obviously, like, I'm your father, and may the force be with you, and 100 other things. But I mean, just conversation, right? It's not George Lucas's greatest strength, like that sort of ability to just write great conversation. But there's dialogue, and there are monologues, and there are things in Andor that, like, people will be quoting for a very long time.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
Also, it's such a confident show, in the sense it starts off slow. For the first 3 episodes, you're just like, where is this going? And then it builds and builds and builds. Episode 6 of the show is some of the greatest Star Wars
Please watch
to
big screen
have
TV,
happened.
biggest screen
Like,
TV that you
it's
can
like
find.
it's such Siege of Mandalore level shit
Yeah.
in terms of just quality.
That
And it's the
and
sort of thing where I hope that there's a future Star Wars. In fact, not hope. I can put money that at pretty much every second Star Wars convention from now, one of the events will be
The Eye.
a big screen,
Yeah.
sort of screening of the Eye in
Yeah.
some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
It is amazing. It completely wipes away a lot of the negativity, or sort of ambivalence I had
That the
towards
sequels have
that.
created. I feel.
No, well, sequels. I mean, combination of sequels and also Kenobi, which was averagely written, to be honest,
Of course.
and also Boba Fett, which was.
See, I'll tell you what, the problem with Kenobi, Boba Fett, all those shows is that they come in with a lot of legacy, right? You come in with those characters where you have to give them the punchlines. There's a lot of legacy. The thing that Rogue One succeeded is that Rogue One introduced us to brand new characters that we had
Yeah.
no idea about, and that's what Andor is also doing. Introducing you to brand new characters, yes, but characters in the galaxy. 8 to 11, I think. Those were the episodes. The entire, whenever, and it's not a spoiler, Andy Serkis
Don't say
is in
anything.
the
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. I'll just say, for me, hands down, I have been screaming at the screen, going, yes, oh, I have been thoroughly entertained by this show. I had my expectations extremely low, and I would like to thank all the previous Star Wars shows for setting my expectations so low that this show then slapped it out of the park. And I'm like, you know what? Thank you. You know what, Obi-Wan? Thank you. You.
They have. I am also pleased to say that while the season finale is today, and no spoilers in the chat, please, I'm going to watch it after we're done with this episode.
Yeah.
But I am also pleased to say that as we record this, and as we're doing this stream, as of today, Andor season 2 has begun filming, and will continue to film all the way through till summer. And according to an early report, quote, I'm like quoting slash paraphrasing, season 2 really turns things up to 11.
That's gonna be
Because
fun.
it is also the final season. Andor is going to be a 2-season show only. So season 2, the 12 episodes of it are going to basically cover.
I'm
And
excited.
I'm quite excited about it. Thank you, Tony Gilroy. I think you're one of the. I'm going to say it like this.
Revivers, no, the Star Wars reviver.
Like,
The
you're one
gods.
of them. Like, you're up there with Mr. Filoni now. Like, in terms of like
Hmm.
people who did incredible things in service of this great but often patchy, let's be real, franchise.
Which also
And
brings us to Black Panther. It's a very
okay,
smooth segue into Black Panther and
all
Marvel,
right,
because there's a
okay,
lot that
okay,
we have to talk about this movie.
yes.
With regards to, I'll tell you why. I'll explain everything. Just a quick shout out to Pokraj Roy, who said Andor is sponsored by Rupa because ye Andor ki baat hai, and I'm very proud of that joke, Pokraj. You just very good.
Can't
Very
I
good.
no notes.
Samarpan, of course, no, listen, there is no plan for these streams. You always talk about whatever you want to talk about. Andor is obviously currently the best thing that is streaming right
Top
now.
of mind, man. Top of mind. All right.
Yeah.
Like, again, like, I mean, okay. You know what? Black Panther. This could turn into
No,
an Andor
we'll
stream
come
very
into Black
fast.
Panther also. Saish has asked a very simple question. How was 1899? Did you finish the show?
Oh, bro.
That's it.
Oh, bro.
That's it.
You know what?
That's it.
That's it. Again, the biggest compliment I will give to the show 1899, all right, is that it is an 8 episode show. And there's sort of things that happen in episodes 6 and 7 where I actually started to feel a little self-congratulatory where I'm like, hey, this isn't like dark, I
Yeah.
feel like I called this. Like
Yeah.
I totally called that, this is gonna be the actual thing or whatever. Um, but the last sort of 5 to 10 minutes of the season, of the final episode, again just makes me go, oh no, I didn't know, I don't know
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like a small foolish ant, and I have dared to question Baran Bodan
Yeah.
and John Rice. I'm sorry, I feel like I fuck up. I really need to Google that
It's
name
okay. It's
properly.
okay. Let's just put it
But
this way.
just I
It's
just
a
I screw up the name
slap.
like they screw up my brain.
Yeah,
It's fair, fair for fair. All right?
It's like they come, they slap you 10 times, and for the 11th time, you're like, you know what? I'm ready for the slap. Okay, I know what you're gonna do, and they kick you in the balls because they're like, no, we are not
Yeah.
gonna slap you. Plot
Yeah,
twist.
it's
This was gonna
just-
happen.
Oh man, just too enjoyable, very fun. It's not perfect. We can do a longer discussion
Yeah.
about it at some
We will.
point.
We will.
But
We will.
it's just it's one of those things, right? Where it's fun. Like as much as I love prestige TV, etc., and a good drama, etc., whatever. What has been fun this year is with shows sort of like, I mean, they're not the same, but just with shows like 1899 and also shit. What else was I going to say?
The first episode of Rick and Morty season 6 part 2.
Oh man, that for sure. But no, what I'm saying is that Severance. Yes, Severance is the other show that I was going to talk about, which is that it's just nice to have these like great mystery box shows back.
Yeah.
Like I'm a sucker for a good mystery box,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
to the point where I'm almost in my head ready to be disappointed at the
Yeah,
end because there
yeah.
are some mysteries where you feel like you can't tie up, but the ride of it is just so excellent. And it's been a thrill to watch.
It's like
Both these
Severance,
shows
dude.
in
It's
that
same.
sense, right?
Severance was also that
It's-
only. You know what is happening, then they
Yeah.
kick you in the balls, and you're like, this is not fair. And just when you're reeling from the ball kick, they knee you in the face, and you're like, Severance, stop
Yeah,
it,
man.
stop
It's-
it, stop
I mean,
doing this
look,
to us.
Yeah, sometimes you need sometimes I agree, you know what, you need a Succession or a White Lotus or like a deep multi-layered character drama that makes you think about things. And sometimes you just need somebody to pull the rug from under your feet so you fall flat on your face and get destroyed.
Yeah.
And I feel like these are two shows that have done a really good job of it this year.
No spoilers. Again,
No
League,
spoilers.
y'all are amazing people. Y'all come and watch this every time. So please, no spoilers. I also have to take this moment to say, okay, please, first things first, I need you guys to press the like button. We've got 200
Please do it.
people.
Please do it.
Press the
Please
like
do it.
button. We can't be at 97 likes. It has to be at 150. It has to
Please.
be at 150.
Please.
Press the like. More people know. Look at this title. I was so proud when I wrote the title. Come on, man. Give some appreciation for all of this.
Something.
And also shout out to Shishti. She said, I'm going through the toughest phase of my life right now. I've missed my entire semester in college because of depression. But seeing you guys makes me want to smile. Thank you, Sahil and Rohan. Oh, thank you, Shishti.
Thank you, Srishti. I'd just like to say that I've been in a very similar position, and this is one of the few times I can reach right across and say that I have been in a very, very, very similar situation. I wish you lots of love and luck, and I would just like to say that one day at a time. To quote Creed, one step at a time, one punch at a time, one round at a time. Just wake up every day and get it done. And I promise you,
It gets better. It will.
It does. And I know that sounds like such a trite thing to say, but just really one step at a time.
If
And remember, whenever things get particularly bad, the whole wide world of the internet is filled with people doing all sorts of stupid things.
shit.
And I encourage you to gorge yourself on the many delights of this place.
Yeah.
Love and luck to you.
Yeah. Like, I'll tell you what, Shishti, you've come to the right place. If you find a comedian who doesn't have depression or anxiety, that person's not a comedian. All this comedy comes from a deep place of sadness. So, on that
Yes.
note, don't worry, Shishti. Worst
Yes.
case, you'll become a comedian. So, you have a future ready for you.
oddly enough, excellent segue into another very specific request I'd like to make of everybody
Yes.
before we get to Wakanda Forever, which
Yes.
is um, Rick and Morty, the latest season, the episode that came out. They finished their 6 week break. They dropped an episode
Yeah.
this Monday morning.
Yeah.
Season 5, episode 7. It's called Full Meta Jack Rick.
Six, I think.
It
Season six it
is
is, no?
season 5, season 6, season
Yeah,
5.
season six, season six. They are on
Okay,
six now.
season 6.
Whatever it
Season
is,
6.
just the latest
But basically,
episode.
the latest episode, Full Meta Jack Rick, is just, it's up there with, for me, like there's Pickle Rick, there's Tales of the Citadel, there's all of that, and there's this episode, right? Like, I don't know how they do it. I don't know. And first of all, credit where it's due. This has been a much stronger season than the previous one. This
Yeah.
has been a tight season. There have
Yeah.
been, I feel like all the episodes have been more or less entertaining. And there have been, I think, at least 2 classics. Like, I think Night Family and this
Night Family
are
was
like pure classics.
beautiful.
Like, as good as anything the show has ever done. And this is just,
The latest episode, if you're a writer, okay, if you're a writer, you will literally things will happen to you. Let's just put it that way.
Yes.
You need new pants if you're a writer, because you're like, how have you written something about writing that is so meta about writing that the writers themselves are making fun of themselves? Why?
and there's a point where meta can become like so cute that it's almost unpalatable. But somehow this is an
Yes.
episode and a piece of writing that manages to sort of go all the way to that bleeding edge and then come back and bring it back brilliantly. And
Beautiful.
it's the sort of like, I now there's my life before this episode where I thought things were possible for me. And now there's this life from today onwards where I have to live forever in the knowledge of the fact that I will never ever in my life
Write something like this.
something as
Yeah.
incredible. Just forget everything else, just
Yeah.
as previous Leon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Everything.
was awake
Everything.
for 2 hours last night just thinking like about
Listen.
how no one, it has not occurred to anybody to do this, but wow.
Okay, can
Yes.
when I was in, this is going to be very sad when I say this, okay, but when I was in school, I wanted to write an entire book series about different people who do different sciencey things, okay. There are 3 different professors, and by the way, Samarpan Panchal, last 2 minutes, I promise we'll come to Black Panther, but basically the idea was that there were 3 different teachers teaching you science, okay. There was Professor Fee 6, who was a Chinese dude, because why not, I was in school. There was biology or something that was not thought out, and Professor K Mistry. That was
Nice.
that was what I was proud of.
Nice.
So when I
Nice.
saw previous Leon and I saw all the other these things, Redcon, all the
Yeah.
okay, I'm just going to come, sorry, 1 second, doorbell, and then we'll come back to Black Panther. Oh, it's
No
done.
worries.
Okay,
We will
awesome.
do that.
Cool.
It's done.
I'm back. It's done.
Sorted. We are
so
back.
yeah, Reco's
All
done.
diversions and distractions.
All diversions done. Samarpan, thank you for your super chat. And Tara, as usual, thank you for your your lusty super chat. Samarpan has said Black Panther seemed like Marvel really trying to be like DC, and to which I will ask you, Rohan, what did you think of Blacky Panther?
Okay, what did I think? Oh man, it's complicated because there's obviously the movie as the movie, and then there's the movie with everything around the movie, which is utterly ignorable, right? Which I mean, utterly impossible to ignore, rather, because you've got this movie called Black Panther, and you've got this iconic character, and you've got this person that has embodied it to the in a way where everybody around the world has loved them, and then they're gone, and it's like it's and aside from it being like obviously a gigantic personal loss, and a loss to everybody who worked with them, just from a purely business perspective also, as horrible as it sounds, you now have to make a movie. It's like, imagine essentially making a movie called Sahil Shah, except Sahil Shah is not, essentially Sahil Shah 2, but Sahil Shah is not around.
Yeah.
Right? And how do you sort of do that? And I think for me, the movie, it's like if you have a spectrum that's sort of decent, good, great, I'm going to say it's a good movie. I'm going to say that considering everything around it and like what they had to pull off, it's a fucking wild movie. I do think it is an inconsistent movie, in the sense that I feel like there's at least one or two subplots that could have gone away,
Yes, of course.
without any thought. I feel like there's yeah, I feel like again some of that Marvel third act sort of fatigue and that sort of ability to not fully nail down a third act comes through, and I feel like yeah, it was maybe like
How
20
many
minutes,
times are
25
you
minutes too
going to
long.
rely on the trope of all is lost until all is not? You know, how many times
Yeah,
is that going to be with every superhero movie where, like even even Black Adam is, it's just, I'm tired of that trope, and Avengers used to do it so often, so
yeah,
often. Endgame also, like it's just that Infinity War, that sequence, everyone is getting attacked, it's preparing yourself, and it's when we are talking about the Rick and Morty writing episode, it's the most basic plot sequence, right? Hero has motivation, hero wants to get something, there is an all is lost moment, there is a resolution, success for the story. And I felt this all is lost moment had absolutely no stakes, because you're like, I know something is going to happen. Suddenly they're superpowered, they come through. You know that only this last batch survives, but they will not be killed because they're waiting for that right moment for the hero's entry. You know, that
yeah,
just yeah. And
yeah.
I look, I have, and I've said this again and again, okay? A fetal mind, I will come to your point eventually. I have come to this thing that there is exhaustion, there is superhero exhaustion, and it's true. There's nothing that you can do about it. It's just too much for people to deal with. And Marvel also has now sort of lost the plot a little, which is why Wakanda Forever was like a legacy film, because not only is it, it can't be dumb, it can't be quippy, but it also has to deal with death, and it has dealt with grief and death in a very nice way, you know, and I'm
Yeah,
going to give it to
it's
them
landed that it's
in
landed
just
that part spectacularly.
that. And for me, like, okay, the reason why, like, even the first Black Panther was dealing with that only, right? Grief, death, going to the afterlife, meeting your father, trying to figure out, is there something more, what can I be, who can I be after someone has passed. And this is, there's a heavy, like heavy cloud over them, okay? Because no, Chadwick was a great actor, a great figure, just generally also so well respected amongst people, you know. To like, there are, I've read stories where he was actually, you know, while shooting he was fighting cancer, you know, and you
Yeah,
have to deal with that in a very respectable way. You can't just be like, oops, he's gone, now I'm Black Panther, you know. And I
yeah, of
feel
course.
just so well done. That, and the other thing that I just love about Black Panther, the villains all are, they have such beautiful backstories and motivations, and you're like, you know what, I agree.
Great job with the Namor name retcon. Like fucking well done, brilliantly done. Just fully like Namor, great,
What a
and I hope that this is
great,
just.
yeah,
I just hope this is how they stick with him, like for his run in the sort of MCU, because he's supposed to be a dick.
yeah,
Like the entire point is that he's a dick. Like
yeah,
he is like the ultimate like chaotic,
yeah,
like neutral,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
He's a chaotic neutral.
yeah.
Like at the end of the day, good, chaotic neutral can become good, but also doesn't give a shit. And also, I mean, just so like to come to your point about like how they deal with the grief, right? I thought that that opening sequence, first of all, doing the Marvel logo, but only with
Oh,
Chadwick Boseman,
oh
this
my
thing
god,
was
so
like just whoever came up with that idea in like the creative room, like or the graphics person or whoever came up with that, give them a raise,
and
because
no music,
just nothing, just
just
that thing
silence.
goes to purple. Even all the little pieces of the script are all Chadwick Boseman Black Panther lines. All the visuals are Black Panther. Brilliant stuff. And then actually really like interesting that I really like that opening scene. That it's not just that, oh, he's gone and there's a funeral. There's sort of that furious this thing of Shuri trying to, you know,
Yeah,
like find, like
yeah,
synthesize
yeah,
that gene
yeah,
essentially, right? Like, and there's sort of that panic and there's that thing going on, and then Ramonda comes in, and then essentially we see it happen off screen. Like they don't shy away from it; they look at it like right in the face, right in the eye. This is a thing that happens, and I thought that was really nicely done.
yeah.
I thought like in general, it's interesting. But what I was thinking about was another thing aside from to add on to the fact that yes, the villains great, Namor fantastic. You made many great points about that. But the other thing that I was thinking is that the one thing actually the Marvel movies haven't given us a lot of, if you think about it, is there's no like iconic locations. You know what I'm saying? Like in the sense that there isn't a metropolis sort of
Yeah,
Gotham
yeah,
City,
yeah,
or
yeah,
I mean, the entire point of Marvel is it's supposed to be the world outside your door and
yeah.
Stanley's website. But the thing is, we haven't in the movies. We've not gotten Latveria. We haven't gotten all of that stuff. So the Marvel universe actually very short on like iconic like location, right? We had Avengers Tower as a sort of thing,
But
and we
yeah,
had
in middle of New
Avengers
York,
Mansion,
just like pretty
but
like
it's
there.
New York
Yeah,
and it's outside New
yeah.
York and it's all of those things. So, like the space stuff in Guardians of the Galaxy, some of it sort of sticks. Like Xandar was nice enough, but they never really sort of went back there in any meaningful way. And I think then basically this one had decimated it. Asgard was great, but Asgard is gone. So Wakanda actually is one of the least sort of plasticky CGI. It's very real and lived in looking right from the start. And full props to like their design team. I'm not just talking about the color pops and obviously the hundreds of cultural references that I probably don't even understand, but just it feels like a living, breathing place. Like I think
Yeah.
they definitely took because I feel like one of the things that the first movie was criticized for is that the third act CGI was shit.
Yeah.
Right, and
Yeah.
I feel like they really took that seriously.
Yeah.
And personally, and as well they should, because it was quite terrible. And they're like, we are not going to give you a chance to fault us on that this time, because I mean, to be clear, let's appreciate that it takes a lot to make flappy wings on a guy's feet
Yeah.
look badass. All
Oh,
right,
oh, listen,
it takes a
listen.
lot. All right, and
Namor
there's
is
only
going to
thinking
be
of it.
like 3 hours of conversation if I were to get into just.
There's only, I think, the only other
My
time
God.
like winged feet have been this fucking badass is in the God of War games when Kratos chases down armies.
Yeah.
And like it's literally, I think, I thought like they did a really good job with the sort of CGI on Wakanda. Talokan was also really
That's what I was
nice.
saying. If you're
And what I
mentioning
like is it's
places,
very
Talokan was
different. It's very
beautiful.
different. And what's interesting is they know that here they literally have, it cannot look like Aquaman's Atlantis, because that actually is one place you have to give credit to DC. Their Atlantis is kick ass, right? Like the set design work,
Yeah.
all of that. Like that's a very vibrant, colorful, like this thing Atlantis. And what I like is they almost went the other way, like sort of with Talokan, where the idea that this is a place that has sort of just been
Yeah, but I
under the ocean
also
for.
I appreciate the tiny nods. Okay, like I'll tell you something. When I was a kid, I used to read Childcraft. Okay, and in Childcraft there was this one thing about the, I don't know the exact name of the sport, but it was a very ancient version of football that the Aztecs used to play, where there is a loop and you have to use your knees
Oh yeah,
to
yeah,
kick
yeah,
the
yeah. You
ball
had
into the
to.
loop. Okay,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I probably must
Yeah.
have been one of the like very few people in the theater who know it was a glimpse. It was like a
Yeah,
hit
yeah.
and a
Just a
miss
tiny,
bit,
tiny this
but
thing.
kids using the legs to kick it in the hoop, and I'm
Mm-hmm,
like,
mm-hmm.
yes, these people have done their research. There is beautiful, sorry, Aztec slash Mayan. There is
Yeah,
architecture. There is the sports. There is the look, the characters, the paintings. You know, when he's explaining and he's showing the
yeah.
paintings, and I'm like, just
No, that was
man,
beautiful. That
so
was
well done.
beautiful. Yeah, really respectfully and well. And like even like his little throne room and like his this thing really, really well
Yeah,
done.
yeah, yeah.
Loved it. The other thing that I just loved in general were sort of his people, right? Like the Talokan people.
Yeah.
Um because I mean, from the movie, I was expecting them to be like strong, badass, and all of those things. So I was not expecting that our first introduction to them would be that honestly very horror movie. In some ways, more successfully horror movie than a lot of Multiverse of Madness. Was that sort of siren song thing that happens at the start, um, right? And just like that, I mean, I was going to connect it to something else, but I'm
I
not
know.
going
That's why
to.
I'm
No, no,
smiling.
no, 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 no. I
That's
know,
why I'm
I know, I know,
smiling.
I
I'm
know.
not saying
I know, I know, I
anything.
know, I know, I
I'm
know.
not
And
saying
we're not,
anything.
yeah, we're not being cryptic. It's just,
Yeah.
but yeah. Anyway, like that thing, right? Was it just like those guys like just jumping on? I was like, what
Yeah.
this is creepy
Beautifully
as
eerie.
fuck. Like this is
Beautifully
creepy as.
eerie.
This is so creepy, right? Like, and I liked that. And then like you get to their strength and your this and that. And
Yeah, you're
I
right.
mean that fight between what's his name?
Oh,
Um on the bridge with Okoye. What's his name? How am I forgetting his name? Namor's like second in command.
oh yeah. Even I don't remember his name.
Atalan? Is it something like that? Is it
Matlab,
is it
let's just call him.
Chad Lee? Can you tell us? No, no, no. He has a
Yeah,
name. He has like a there's Namora and
Subhash.
there's the other guy.
Subhash.
Ah, okay. Namora and
Atuma,
Subhash. There's
Atuma,
Atuma.
Atuma.
Atuma, right? There's Namora and Atuma. The fight between Atuma and Okoye on the bridge. It's such a nice physical. What I will give again, Phase 4 credit where it's due is they've really managed to, between like Shang-Chi, between all of that, they've
Yeah,
managed to do some really good job in like the actual physical fighting,
yeah, yeah.
as and when it comes in. And while Atuma was terrifying, etc., all of that, this is also a segue to say that I have one firm belief about MCU. If I was transported to the MCU and I got drunk and I was feeling very brave, I would take my chance fucking with anybody in the MCU. All right, I would like even go shit talk Thanos. I try to karate chop Black Widow.
Why? Because
I
you'll
try
never
to do
die.
something.
Because
No,
there's no
I'm just
risk.
saying that. I'm saying that in a stage of like bravery, you can try some of that. But I will never ever in full life fuck with Dora Milaje. Like never ever in full life to ever fuck with Dora Milaje in full life ever. Never. Never.
Can I just say the entire Okoye
Yes.
arc was so pointless. Okay, she tried, she lost, and then there was no closure to that. It was just like, oh, now you're
Yeah. They'll have to
fighting.
probably
Why were you?
examine it
Why were you?
again at some point.
Why were
Yeah.
you thrown? Okay, you were thrown out,
Yeah, that
and
that
she
that
got
little bit they
angry,
didn't
and that's
land it fully.
fair point. I loved
Yeah.
that sequence. I loved her screaming. I loved Queen Ramona.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
loved
yeah.
it. But then that's it. Now I'm in exile,
Yeah.
but now I'm back with suit. Okay, I guess ऐसे ही चलता है तो ठीक है, whatever, cool, I guess. Devesh,
Since you brought sorry, go.
no. Just real quick, super chat. Samarapana said thoughts about Riri arc and how she was introduced. Coming to it, the way he swifted and moved in the air was dope, man. And Proneet, we are going to come to your chat also, which was do you think the whole T'Challa soundtrack was a bit too manipulative? Could they have done it in some other project? Did you notice Doctor Doom nods? Oh my god, that I don't know. We will discuss all three of these topics. You tell me what you were saying, and then I'll tell you.
What I was saying is that since you did mention Queen Ramonda, can we please Angela Bassett?
What a great
Bro,
actress. My god.
bro, I was like, my queen, literally straight up. Didn't even take me 2 seconds to sort of question it. Like, just straight up, yes, you are queen. I am loyal, humble servant.
Dude, that UN speech, the speech when she talks to Okoye, when she like,
Oh,
do you
man.
know what I have
Yeah,
lost?
yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, okay, yeah,
Just
you're right,
full force.
you're right, you've lost.
Full
You've
force,
lost. I
full
get it.
power.
I get it. I
Like,
get it.
incredible.
I
Like,
like,
like I felt bad for Letitia, right? Every time she was on screen with her, just
yeah,
because how do you do a scene with
overshadowed.
like Angela Bassett, right? Like beyond a point, like just full overshadowed pro max. Also shout out as was the case in the first film, Winston Duke as Mbaku.
Love him. I love him.
Bald headed demon.
Too funny.
What's
funny.
great about this movie is that it doesn't just do the quips for no reason
Yeah.
in a lot of places.
Yeah.
It chooses its moments.
Yeah.
And I feel like bald-headed demon in terms of pure delivery is just the way he does it. With a carrot in his hand, all right? This man is eating a carrot. Let's everybody remember that this man manages to pull off this shit while eating a carrot. And yeah, he just and the thing is, right, because kind of up until that point, actually, it's largely been like grief, sadness, tension, this thing, thump, and then you're here. And this is the first real, like, full moment of levity in the film. And I remember the theater, like, literally burst out laughing.
Oh yeah, my theater
because
lost
the
it.
release of tension is also so
And
precise.
it comes
in that
out of
moment.
nowhere. It comes out of absolutely nowhere, right? Like even that part where he goes to attack, he does that, his stick breaks, he gets punched, he flies right through, and he's like, ooh, shit.
Yeah.
Maybe I may have overshot my
Like,
this
maybe,
thing.
just maybe.
I have to. Okay, I'm so sorry, but I lusted over Namor for many reasons. Okay.
Yes.
Since we have to get into the lust section for 2-3 reasons. One, I've been a big fan of him since Narcos Mexico. Have you seen Narcos Mexico?
Of course.
Hey, as Rafa, he was so
Yeah,
good
he was
as Rafa. He
outstanding.
was
He was
so
outstanding as
good.
Rafa. He was so good. So,
And
so, so good.
I'm like, okay, let's see how this is, okay? And for once, there was no abs or anything. He was fit.
No,
But that's
no.
it. Abs babs kuch nahi tha.
Also,
But
it's a great. Uh-huh.
no, I'm saying when the first time he flits with the wings, right? When he goes
Yeah.
just left, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Also, his first entry and conversation. Where he
Yeah.
calmly comes out of the water,
yeah,
has a chat with them, and like fucks off.
just jumps in the water.
Like just, right? And you've established that Wakanda is like this fortress and this beautiful like place that no one can enter. And this guy just walked in
I
and is
I love these movies where they use whales as taxis. Like dolphin
dude,
overs.
that shot was cool, all right. Where they sort of come in to attack the ship and the whale tail flips them up into the
It
air.
was
That was a
too good.
cool
It was
shot.
very cool.
That
Very
was a
cool.
very cool shot. That was very well done.
I also felt
Right?
bad because I'm like, you know what? This is the fact is that Namor can do everything. Like I keep thinking, whenever they show these scenes, even in movies, Bond movies and all, emerging out of water. I'm like, this is not. I don't think it'll work at Chopati.
No,
Like
no, of course
Namor
not.
emerges. There's a plastic bag. There's like a pav bhaji pav over
Uh,
here. He's like, what
you
the?
have to rush to him with scissors and
Yeah.
cut out like one six-pack like thing, ring around, like full on. Like they are just not gonna work. Not going to work.
And just I felt like that's a great character. He played the role so well when he was giving his backstory. I actually
Yeah,
was like, dude, I will be your slave. I will work in your kingdom.
one hundred percent.
You have the absolute right to do what you
I'll be
want.
your fish.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do. I'll do.
I'll be your fish, man.
I will not crack that. Some very shady joke. But
I know, I
no,
know.
no, it all
But
goes
but
very downhill. But
yeah,
yes, again,
but
when he sits on the throne, the feathers, again, ancient, like,
yeah,
the Aztec feathers, and just that's what I love about like Ryan Coogler and what he does with the first movie, what he did with Killmonger. Killmonger is fighting for something that is his, that was taken from him. Namor is fighting
speaking
for
of which,
something that was
great
his.
fucking cameo.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Great fucking cameo there. Like, wow, I was not expecting that.
I don't think
And
anyone
that
was.
it was again, it was one of those moments where it was like, "Hurray!"
Yeah.
Like just, and also what a great way to sort of show that it's like the closest like Marvel can come to saying, right, the dark side can consume you. Like
I
what a
expected
great
it.
sort of way
I
of doing it, right?
really
Like,
expected it. I
like too
I
good.
knew they would never resort to that because at the end of the day, you have to give the message that good always triumphs evil.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah, of course.
really expected her to let that grief just fuel her into just fuck it. Like,
Like,
I'm just gonna kill him. Which is at the end of the day, it's a very common core theme in all these movies, and it
yes.
never fills up the void because killing someone, nonsense.
As
But yeah,
as a smarter person than me has pointed out on the internet, when they first go to meet Riri Williams, first she uses a speaker to defend herself, and then
yes,
she's like, "You defend yourself with a heater,"
yeah,
and that is exactly the two technologies
smart,
that Shuri uses one
very
after
smart.
the other
That
to
is a
do it.
great.
So
That is a
well
great
done.
theory.
And
Whoever
what no,
pointed
not
it
clear.
out.
What a great observation by person from the internet. Sadly, not me. I wish I could have just been like, yeah, you know what I know, but someone on the
I.
internet pointed that out and just like really well done. But while we're on
She
Riri
was not
Williams,
needed.
didn't land for me at
She was
all
not
as a
needed at
subplot.
all.
No, didn't land for me as
A
a subplot.
sassy black chick. Okay, that character. I am tired of sassy black characters. Every show has at least one sassy black character, and
No, but give some personality, no? Like
eh,
give some personality. Like in the sense, at this point, she literally just felt like that season 2 Flash Wally West.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
she just felt like a gender swapped version of that, literally. Like, and I was like, what? This is. And also, speaking of subplots that didn't land, the entire Everett Ross and Valentina,
Oh, that was also
not needed at
absolutely
all.
pointless. He served no purpose
Completely
whatsoever.
not needed at all.
Failed
Like, I
marriage, then you helped
can't
him,
think
and
of any reason like for that, like at all. It just that didn't land at all. But
See,
yeah,
I didn't believe it. Okay, like you have this kid who has created a machine, and then the CIA is asking a kid to make machines. Okay, cool, fair enough. This kid is randomly walking around in college. Okay, you know what? CIA, whatever your methods are, fine. You mean to say that this kid has a random Mark suit that is like an Iron Man Mark II suit lying around? You, as a CIA, have asked her to make weapons for you, but you have absolutely no idea that she's been doing this in the garage. She's been building a secret
fair,
suit in the garage. Please,
fair.
in the end, just I'm sorry, but you could be the smartest person in the world. You could have the best technology, but you can't just suddenly make 5 suits in 1 week. Like just
Fair.
with that can deal with things, that can fly, everything. Which also, by the way, brings me to a very interesting fun fact. Today I was doing research just for I love going to IMDb and just doing time pass. The voice of Griot in this movie is Trevor Noah. Did you
Yeah,
know
he was in
that?
the first movie also. Yeah,
What? I didn't know that.
yeah, yeah,
My mind is
yeah,
blown. Then that my
yeah.
mind is blown.
And also, did you know that a griot is actually a form of like African culture, like of a specific I think in a specific language. I will find
Okay.
out which one. The word for essentially like a sort of historian slash document keeper
Nice. Very nice.
slash like essentially like the person
Yeah.
who has that. So yeah,
Yeah. No, fair point.
griot. Yeah, an African tribal storyteller and musician is called a griot. The griot's role was to preserve the genealogies and oral traditions of the tribe, and they were usually among the oldest men
Listen,
in the tribe.
if
Yeah, there we go.
If we are again coming back to the topic of African representation, you didn't need it, but I was so happy to see that man with the big disc in his lip.
Yeah, he was there in the first film also, the
Right?
council
No, but
member.
there were so
Yeah,
many, like just seeing so
yeah.
many
Just
different like varieties of African
and just like an
culture.
ordinary, right? Like
Yeah.
not like by calling it out or this.
Yeah.
It's just there, like in scenes. Like that's true representation.
Just absolutely beautiful. Can we say Phase 4 came full circle? Thanks, Ashwin, for the super chat. Can we say Phase 4 came full circle with WandaVision, dealing with love as and grief, and now Wakanda Forever? Um,
I think in general, that's been by and large the theme of Phase 4. Because I think Phase 4 has been an extended epilogue slash putting things in place after the Infinity Saga, right? Like Phase 4 has been like a lot of like Spider-Man dealt with grief, right?
Yeah.
Like that's where Peter was in Far From Home, right?
you're dealing with a lot of death. that
Where he's
happened,
dealing
yeah.
with the loss of Tony. And then Shang-Chi deals like with the same sort of this thing of, this kid without a mother and, mourning that sort of family
Yeah.
and like how this man, Wenwu's grief has sort of driven him like crazy. And then WandaVision also deals with grief. So I feel like grief and death have been, this obviously became, this is completely accidental, right? Like in the sense that it's a horrible synchronicity in a way. But yeah, I think more than full circle, I feel like we're drawing towards the end of a thread with this. I feel like this is definitely the MCU in mourning overall.
But yeah,
Over Phase 4, and I think now slowly
they can go
as we
back to the
forward,
same, like with Ant-Man
Yeah.
and all. It's going to be the same thing, right? Ant-Man, Kang, and all of that. With when you see
Yeah.
the new trailer, it's going to go back to the same. Hey, we are goofball superheroes with goofball. There are things to address, right? You have to address Tony
absolutely.
Stark's death. You have to address Chadwick's death. You have to address so many different characters. You can't just casually pass it off, right? I don't think this
Yeah.
movie could have been like, and the way they handled, yes, and
Phase 4 has to do a lot of setup, right?
Yes.
Because all of your OG guys have gone. So in a way, Phase 4 needs to be like a recreation of Phase 1. And if you remember Phase 1, there were a lot of average movies. in
yeah,
Phase
lots
1.
of misses.
Right, and I think overall, given that you're trying to set people up, I think you've had a reasonably successful this thing, right? Like even your worst movies or worst, like let's take the setup that you've done. Shang-Chi, Simu, gigantic hit, fantastically fun movie. You've got in WandaVision. I feel like Wanda's arc has been the one that's sort of been the most muddled. I think Wanda and Strange have not had like the best treatment.
Even
Loki
was little.
Again, I just enjoyed Loki because it's just it's zanier, it's more fun. I really like the chemistry between him and Owen Wilson. I thought a lot of that stuff worked, and it was just fun. Like again, it had that excellent like episode where he meets the other Lokis and with Judy Grant just standing there, right? Just freaking like that was some straight up like Gandalf, you shall not pass shit. which was great. But in terms of what other setup have they done? Like they've I mean,
I don't think
this is
multiverse did anything. Multiverse was just very pointless. Thor also didn't
multiverse
do
sort
anything.
of Thor didn't do much. Those have been
Um,
like the two big
those are
misses,
the
I feel.
No Way Home was fun, but
Um,
because we
no
had
Way
fan
Home was
service,
yeah, but it was fun.
it
But
was
it
fun.
was
I
fun. It was a
listen.
great way to sort
I've
of
cried during that movie. Okay, so I
I
will
think it's a
not take
great way.
anything
It's a
back.
great way to sort of tell us that what actually we've been watching in this whole trilogy is weirdly enough Spider-Man's origin story. This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the full origin story
yeah.
now. We're gonna tie off loose ends with Ant-Man. We've got some Moon Knight.
Even that
We
dealt
got
with it.
She-Hulk, right? We got She-Hulk. We got a lot of stuff, like lots of origins and setups happening, and people being moved onto the chessboard. So
Even
let's see.
that dealt with it, right? No Way Home, Aunt May's death. How do you
Yeah,
deal with
agreed.
grief? How do
And
you
not just Aunt May's death, right?
like?
Aunt May's death all the way through to everyone who knows me has forgotten me.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone, by the end, where you're at a place where everyone who knows this guy has forgotten him.
Where was I
So
reading? Same, there was a theory that the Guardians will know who he is because the Guardians are not on Earth. The spell said everyone on Earth should forget that I am
maybe
Spider Man. I read the theory and I'm like, interesting. That
that's
will be a
interesting.
very
Speaking of which, I
interesting.
think tomorrow or day after the Guardians holiday special comes out.
Yeah, take it.
It'll be. I like the trailer. Do you see?
I
It's a
saw
cute
it, but
trailer.
it did seem like they had reduced the effort a little, when like
Yeah, I mean, it's a
in
pure holiday special.
animation and all. Yeah, yeah, it's one of those
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
goes down the path of, हाँ थोड़ा पैसा था, we hired them, we shot this, ठीक है.
Also, at some point, we need to have a larger conversation about the fact that James Gunn is now in charge of the DC
Of course, that
universe.
is what we were like
Right?
when we finished Black Adam. We were like, James, chalo now, come on, get
James,
down,
chalo.
chalo, काम
Correct.
करना है, get your shit
Yeah.
together. Okay. Firstly, we've got around 300 people watching, which is fuck yeah, dude. I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for watching. League, you guys, I'm loving the chat. I'm loving what you guys are saying. But again and again, I'm going to say it. You need to press the like button. So many people have come because we are online. I mean, yeah, we are sexy people, but also because the like actually helps telling YouTube. It comes on the homepage that hey, we are online and this is what we are talking about. Samarpan was in the suit of Riri, too similar to Baymax's. Yeah, I mean, just even that other suit, the Midnight Angel suit, was like, हाँ ठीक है यार, कर दो,
Yeah,
खत्म
it
कर
didn't
दो.
land. It felt like, sometimes when you play a video game, you unlock extra
Yeah.
suits, like, that don't really do anything. They felt like that.
And Sainath has added a very good point, Sainath. Thank you for the super chat. But he said, guys, thought on music. It has been integral to both movies.
Yes, that is
And
what fuck I wanted to come to. Dude, the music, dude, that Dora Milaje theme, all of it, it just slaps. The music, in fact, I would say musically, like the Black Panther films are hands down the most
so good.
distinctive,
So
like,
good.
films. Like, in fact, weirdly enough, that's been one of the MCU's big, like, blind spots. I don't think we have, like, other than the basic Avengers theme, which also I think we just now know because it's been hammered into us. Until, like, we got to Loki and all, we've not really had any iconic,
Of course.
like,
Except
music
you
cues.
would give Guardians. And I
Like,
would
no,
say
no, no. But again,
Thor.
that's not original music. That's not original
Of
music.
course, of course, of course.
That's not original music.
Of
I'm
course.
talking about original music, right? Like in the
Yeah.
sense that today you associate the Star Wars theme with Star Wars,
Yeah.
or the Superman theme with Superman, or like Hans Zimmer's Dark Knight music. A lot of the music in the MCU has been very mediocre, right?
Yeah.
In terms of like a soaring,
Of
like
course,
John
there's an
Williams
entire video
vibe.
essay about that on YouTube as to why the MCU has a similar track across all movies. It's quite
Like
fascinating.
it's so simple. But Black Panther, they went fuck that, right? They just straight up went screw that, and it is just man, like that's a background score for the ages. That sound only you hear, and it's just one of those things where just like shit's about to
Well
get
done.
good.
Well done. I know it.
Like
Taloka, the music that comes when they go to Taloka and when they enter the
Yeah.
visual, okay? And I'm just the music and I'm like, some sequences had just phenomenal music and I'm just like, oh my god, this is so good. And yes, by the way, I'll just tell you something. I have started watching something and it's become my guilty pleasure. I've been watching New Girl, okay?
Okay.
And I just found out that Ludwig Göransson has made the theme for New Girl, and I'm like, who?
Yeah.
how
Dude,
many-
Ludwig
what a
Göransson did
great-
Community also.
What a great
Yeah, Ludwig
mix,
Göransson did Community
mash
also.
up and all, But
Yeah.
Ayan, you're right. Ludwig van Göransson's supremacy. I agree. I'm sitting in the movie, so I'll tell you now. My brother and Meghna fell asleep. We went for the 11 o'clock show. 11
Yeah,
o'clock.
this is a hard one to do 11th.
Yeah.
Also, this is again a random distraction. Did you go for it in 3D?
Yeah.
Did you find that PVR is cheaped out on the glasses now and does those weird small 3D glasses now? Like they're not like the big ones. Like
I,
the 3D glasses they now do at PVR, they don't fit over my glasses.
Oh yeah. I actually
Yeah,
remove the glasses. I try to watch as much as I can without the glasses because it's what? Oh my god, the background's blurred. Okay, cool. Shit, my life has
yeah.
changed. Only for like integral scenes, I'll put the glasses on and I'm like, okay, you know what? This is gonna be exciting. I'll put the glasses on. So yeah, 11 o'clock show, which means PVR starts at 11:30, which means by the time people went to sleep, like they went to sleep at around one and a
A
half hours
long
in
movie.
because
Like
it
it's
is a
about it is a
very
long movie.
long
It is a long,
movie.
long movie.
It is a very long
For
movie.
sure.
Did you expect, by the way? Okay, this is what my theory for, and I think we can get into spoiler territory. We've already discussed everything, but
Yeah.
at the end, when Shuri is crying, right? I expected a hand, right? It
Right.
like a hand, because that's what she
Huh.
said, right? When you're crying and you're sitting alone, you'll just feel his hand. It could have just been a hand, okay? You didn't have to show the
Huh.
body, you didn't have to show the person. That would have been really nice. Or a hand, she turns and you see Nakita standing there. I'm just saying, because like sometimes they set up these things up top, and the ending of
Yeah.
her going to the beach and crying alone, it was all set up, and I thought, oh my god, if that would have happened, I
No,
would
I
have been
actually really liked that
emotional.
that they just cut to the previous shots of him. That they just sort of worked with, right? Because as she sits there, it's actually just works as this beautiful 1 minute of silence, right? Where she just sits there and you cut to all these images of him as Chala, and then it comes back to it. I actually really liked that they didn't try to Paul Walker it basically,
Yeah.
where they did
See
like the
you
whole this
again with
thing
your
or try to
brother and
do
all.
any sort of this thing. In fact, I thought it was actually quite subtly and nicely handled, like
Yeah.
all things considered. I did like that very much.
No, I'm saying I loved it. I'm not saying anything
But
about
no,
it.
I
I'm
wasn't
saying
expecting
I would
that.
have
No.
expected, like, yeah. And I know I said Nakita, her name is Nakia. Yes, sorry. It was great because, she made Shuri meet the kids. So it's Nakia, connecting people. Thank you. I have peaked. I have peaked. I have peaked as a. Okay, someone mentioned Doctor Doom nods. Can I ask what Doctor Doom nods were there in this
What Doctor
movie?
Doom nods were
How were there
there?
Doctor Doom nods in this movie?
What did I miss? Unless like that ship or something, like in the sea, this thing. But
Huh?
that was a, like CIA ship, no?
No, yeah, that wasn't. It didn't make sense.
What were the Doctor Doom nods?
Okay, whoever can say, please give us. Mokshit, thank you for your super chat. Eventually, Milenge, we'll definitely see you at a show. Shishti also had said she wanted to do comedy. We'll see you at a show. Ashwin said, what are the thoughts on the chase scene? Were they attempting to recreate the Busan chase? Yeah,
Yeah, of
I
course.
mean, that was an iconic chase sequence. It was so
Yeah,
well done.
yeah.
Again, music comes into play, everything comes into play. I'm glad they didn't do that virtual car travel nonsense, where
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
controlling the car
that.
from
But you
Wakanda.
are, yeah.
And someone mentioned, I think, yeah, it made no sense. Like, Julia Louis Dreyfus didn't need to be there in this movie. And they're trying to connect her as, I don't know what she is. I still don't understand what
Basically,
she's
going to
trying
be
to do.
the head of the Thunderbolts, right?
Yeah, but
Essentially, like she's going to be in charge of. She's basically the Nick Fury of the
of
Thunderbolts.
course, of course, of course. And they're
So
setting it up
that
slowly, but just
they've, I think, pretty much got all of them in place now,
where
right?
was she? She was.
Because it's so one sec. No, not she. I'm saying there's this one. There's Yelena. There's Red Guardian.
Yeah.
There's Helmut Zemo.
This one also, na,
There's
the. What's his name?
um
In Captain
US
America.
agent.
Yes,
US
US
agent.
agent.
There's who am I missing here? There's somebody that I mean Valentina herself. And I'm missing someone. The Abomination is also going to be in it. So yeah, Emil Blonsky. And who else? Chat, League, come on, you can.
Leaker said Ghost.
Ghost, and Ghost. So basically, I think the team is pretty much in place. And now they just have to sort of do the actual movie.
ठीक है, I mean, I'm just. ठीक है, cool.
I actually think Thunderbolts could be a really fun film if done right, because they don't have to play by the rules of their. Essentially, they're the closest thing right now that the Marvel has to the Suicide Squad. Right?
Yeah.
And they could have some real fun with the Thunderbolts. Like they really could. So I don't know.
Let's see. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
that it's a fun movie, because I feel like they should just go full Ocean's 11 with the Thunderbolts. Like just go full Ocean's 11 and just have a good time.
Some more
Like
people are there. Taskmaster, Winter
Taskmaster's
Soldier.
there.
Yes, of course.
Winter
Of course.
Soldier's in the Thunderbolts now. What?
लिखा है.
Bucky.
I don't know. People have written
No,
stuff. I
that I'm
think
talking
Veshak may
about.
be
I'm
wrong.
talking about MCU. I'm talking about MCU Thunderbolts specifically.
All right, got
Hang
it.
on, hang on.
Vibranium, when she drinks that medicine, can't see a brother or mother there. Yes, we've spoken about Protyanchi. We spoke about. I like it. Yeah, you're right. Proneet had said, imagine Shuri sitting alone and we hear Farhan Akhtar's poetry. You know what? I'm pretty sure you could. It's a crying scene, but you can do whatever you want.
You
can
can,
just
yeah.
mute it and add.
Oh,
What?
Bucky
It's
is here.
inappropriate, but yeah, he is. What else? I think we've chatted about everything Black Panther.
I think so. I think definitely. Thank you to person
Yeah.
who reminded us about the music because
Yeah.
that really was
Yeah.
the shit.
Sainath, thank you for that. And just my God, just I'm so glad I got to see Namor like this, a different avatar, slaying.
Yeah, man.
Being
Full
powerful
on.
boss.
I can't
bitch,
believe
smacking
it's
shit.
it's done. Namor is in the MCU now.
Yeah.
Like there's no going back from here in a way because
Hey,
like,
there will be Illuminati before they met Wanda and did all
and
this
I mean
stupid
now
shit,
like
but-
we're just getting started in terms of like now basically with Ant-Man is when Kang's
yeah.
real game begins.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
right, so especially now that we're building up to what's it going to be? Is it going to be Secret Wars? At the
Secret
end?
Wars. Someone said
Right? Secret Wars, no, by the end.
has been announced. Secret Wars has
Yeah,
been
Secret
announced.
Wars is supposed to be the big phase ender, no?
And I think there was something else also. Did anyone say did someone say something about Secret Wars? I think they said Secret Wars is announced. I heard some trailer ka something.
Secret Wars
someone
has been
said.
announced, no?
Uh-huh.
In the sense, it was announced by Feige at Comic-Con.
Yeah. So Secret Wars is coming, and apparently, by the way, Dune 2 ka trailer has come out right now. So that
Dune 2 trailers just come
that
out. What?
We will definitely watch.
What?
I would love to
What?
we should I would love to react to it, but we'll get demonetized instantly, so that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no.
We didn't. Okay, is there anything else we've not spoken about? We didn't talk about Shuri's arc. Well, we've spoken about it, Apurv. Honestly, I really liked it. I liked the entire. We've discussed it. It's about dealing with grief, dealing with the loss of a brother, and dealing with the loss of a mother.
And I think which is also why that first scene is so important, right? Like to sort of see that moment from her perspective.
Yeah.
Where she lost Chala.
Yeah.
Coming full circle. And the fact that it's that thing that she couldn't sort of figure out in time back then that she finally sort of sorts out. Like, well done.
And I liked it. I liked when she costume, jump. I yelled superhero.
No, that was cool. But there's one thing that the MCU and other people have to change now, alright? Is that, look, man, you guys, there's like, look, movie violence is great, it's great fun, etc. All of that. But look, man, if you're gonna show if you're gonna show a spear going through somebody's because I'm just saying that beyond a point, like, look, I'm not saying don't show violence, but show kids what the fuck would happen if, like, beyond a point, like, there's a point at which you're like, does this person, like, do Wakandans not have vital organs? Like, what is the deal? Like, that spear just goes in and that spear just sort of comes out and
you just go and pull it. That's how it works.
I know, and it's crazy, right? Because they get around it like using aliens in all the other movies, right? Like, for example, Thor Ragnarok has Valkyrie literally just blowing those people to like blue spray, basically.
Yeah.
Right? They essentially use the same thing that sanitary napkin has used. Where like if it's an alien and the blood is blue, we can do what? And this is a cheat. You'll notice it, all right? Aliens will always die bloody deaths because their blood can be any color. But humans, anything can happen and no blood comes out.
Of course.
I'm just saying that at some point, you gotta, like, if you're gonna eat the cake, you gotta take the calories. So if you want to show spearing, show a little blood. Otherwise, just be creative about it and do other things.
You will give again, like, that's the problem, right? This is where we come again. Like, as Karun said, stop Disneyfying Marvel. It's the same thing. Even Star Wars, it's Marvel. It's the same thing. It's just no blood, which is why DC is like, hey, you want blood, right? You want blood? Yeah, take as much as you want.
Blood.
Take it. So blood. Take dal de. Have you seen Harley Quinn, the animated show? Jitna bhi
डालो. Peacemaker.
Left, right, and say. Peacemaker to was like, hey.
Peacemaker is just like, खून की नदियाँ.
I like it. Chandler has said in Multiverse of Madness, the blood on Wanda's face is actually the motor oil of Ultron. That's true. There's no blood
That's
at all.
nothing, dude. Like, just nothing.
Uh, you all don't have the guts to speak about Kantara, Suresh. My God, we have heard so many records about Kantara. Never got to watch it. Apparently, it's
Yeah.
coming out on Prime Video. We'll definitely watch it. We'll definitely speak about it. Trust me, there are some phenomenal movies that we have to talk about, no matter what. So,
What
chillax,
does
man.
guts have to do with anything?
Yeah. Hey, हक
Like,
माँ का दूध पिया है तो
guts?
कंटारा देख माँ
What
पिया है
is
क्या
guts? Like,
Uh,
guts? Like, what? What? Guts? Man, what are you saying, bro? Like, relax yourself.
I think we've spoken about it. I think this is everything that we have for Black Panther. Are there any?
What
Is
else
there
is
any
there?
other
But
thoughts we've covered?
Shuri good, Angela
Acting
Bassett
Shuri,
very good,
Riri
quite
was
good.
pointless.
Maybe was pointless.
And fight
Lupita
sequence.
Nyong'o's most beautiful human being that has ever lived on
I
Earth.
only imagine her coming to India and dancing at
Um,
Bollywood wedding.
Just unbelievably
Not like in a creepy way. Just like
gorgeous
it was fun
person.
to see her dance and enjoy herself.
Just absolutely gorgeous person. But yes,
Chemistry
not the
between
point.
Namor and Shuri. Yeah. हो गया. ये सब हो गया है.
Chemistry between Namor and anyone. He's just an incredibly charismatic guy.
See?
Like that, like yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Teno Huerta is just a very charismatic guy. And I think great job. Again, just fantastic.
Well done, Wakanda Forever. Even though like people slept off and they were like, it's too long, I appreciate
No,
it.
I feel like
But
it's a
thoroughly
7 on 10.
enjoyed.
I feel like it was a 7 on 10. Like in the
Yeah.
sense that those 3 points largely gone for length and pointless subplotting. I feel like a tighter, I feel like a slightly tighter film would have been like well served. Like if they had brought this in somewhere at around an easy 130 with a few subplots gone.
Yeah, would have been a really good movie that
Yeah,
dealt
would
with
have been
everything
good.
really well.
Yeah.
I thought she would give Riri a suit, you know. I really thought it would be like that, but she's like, nah, abhi tera suit
But it
khatam.
can't, right? Like also she can't, right? Like in the sense part of Riri's journey has to be like
Of course.
building the suit.
Of course, it's
herself.
a very
But,
Spider-Man-y thing, you know. I've taken
Yeah,
the suit, now
yeah,
you discover your
yeah.
identity yourself.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
ठीक है, अभी क्या करे?
Yeah, give her a cool car. So, you know, give her a very cool car.
Hey, you're a college dropout who helped fight an entire kingdom, okay? Do you know how badass that is? Like it's a very Spider-Man thing. क्या करा है Friday को?
Kinda did also get the Queen of the Kingdom killed.
We will ignore that.
Okay, then.
A car breaks down in the middle of nowhere, crashes into a wall, and you're like,
Just-
I thought there was something suspicious about this. I think. And yes, Ashwin, last one. He's right. Seeing Michela Coelho after I May Destroy You is crazy. Seeing her, just generally also, I'm like, man, whenever I see anyone who is you never think they'll be in a Marvel movie, and then you see them in a Marvel movie, and I'm like, nice.
That's because how many actors are left now? At probably getting to a point where like Kashmir, like guys, you just have to physically cut down the number of movies you're making because there's just no more big actors left, right?
Just have to keep asking other people now.
It's gonna get to a point where it's just like I'm gonna have to ask my uncle, right, if he's free on like Saturday to play like Reed Richards, right? Because everyone else is done.
I'm so sorry.
So-
I'm in Black Adam now. I'm playing Dr. Fate.
sorry,
you know?
yeah,
वो उसने ना
yeah,
बोल दिया
just
तो अभी
नहीं कर सकता,
आना
sorry.
पड़ेगा. That's it. I think this is everything that we have with regards
Is there anything we
to,
haven't covered? Is there anything to say? I'm
Wakanda
just saying
Forever.
I just don't want to see comments tomorrow saying you all skimmed over the topic and spoke more about everything. Let's do one more episode on Wakanda.
कितना 45 minutes तो बात किया about Wakanda Forever.
हाँ,
कितना
मतलब
बात
काफी
है?
बात किया.
कितना बात? Then what else? There was it. Probably used it. We've discussed everything. Okay, great. That's it. That's the Wakanda Forever discussion. We will be wrapping up the stream. Rohan, do you have any announcements to give? Quizzing with the
Friday
comedians.
show. No, so Quizzing with the Comedians is this weekend. Correct. No, because the shows are Quizzing with the Comedians is this weekend. Some really fun contestants Saturday and Sunday. 7 matches to be played overall totally. So 4 quarterfinals, 2 semifinals, and a final. One of the most entertaining weekends of the year. Please come. I'm participating. Many amazing fun people are participating. बहुत मजा आएगा. Tuesday is new material night with the Green Revolution. So please go check out the Green Revolution Instagram page.
And Friday also, no? Friday Art
details.
and Charlie and Saturday's workshop.
That's sold out. Friday and Saturday is sold out. So not pushing that because those are both like extra tickets released, sold out, done. So Tuesday is the new material night where there's a bunch of fun people again.
Yeah.
We'll just be trying material, not leaping windows. I've forgotten the name of the place. I'm very, very sorry, but if you go to the Wind Evolutions account on Instagram,
Post the links. I'll
you will
post the
find
links
it.
for both of these.
And that is on Tuesday. And oh yeah, tomorrow. At roughly that tomorrow at 8 p.m. Well, today now at 8 p.m. Is the Sidepod season finale / season wrap up of the Formula One season. So if at all you are interested in Formula One, please come and watch. We'll be doing that at 8 p.m. tomorrow, where
Madness.
we'll be looking back at the 2022 Formula One season.
Madness.
हाँ, and that's basically it. अब जाके Andor season finale देखेगा
हाँ, वही है. I'm very excited. I'm like,
मजे मजे मजे.
Andor and then God of War and all these ors. I'm very happy with my life.
बस
सब कुछ चल
बस
रहा है.
very good.
We speaking of और क्या कुछ नहीं है. No other
Oh
announcements.
yes, there is no, not announcements, but if that is any, please think 4 episodes of Mythic Quest are also out.
The new one, the new season.
Yeah, season 3. Yeah, 4 episodes are out.
Yes.
So if Mythic Quest
Chalo,
is your jam,
so I'm gone tomorrow whole day. I'm going to be off. I'll see you guys.
I know that
I'll see you
feeling.
guys very, very soon.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, I don't feel like doing anything now. I just every day I wake up, I'm like, you know what? If I write 2 jokes,
2 jokes. You are an ambitious man, good sir. I
I'm
thought.
like, I
I'm
can
in.
now watch.
I'm a
my
perpetual
movie.
jalsa machine now.
Yeah, and I can. It's the end of the year. Yeah, and just
Exactly.
let me watch something. Let me just play
Exactly.
my game quietly and just enjoy everything. Yeah, that's it. These are all the announcements we have. Thank you so much for watching, guys. As usual, please one last time press the like button. If you're new to the channel, please press subscribe. This is
Yes.
Binge O'Clock. Hopefully, we will. Our plan is to hit 50 before December. We'll try our best. If not,
What episode are we on?
I think we are at 39, but I have to do the maths again.
Really? Okay, fair.
I've given it 36 right now, but I'll have to do the maths again. But I will definitely not enough lusting. I will definitely keep you guys posted. Also, there's a Reddit link. Please join the Reddit. Reddit.com/r/bingeoclockers. I will tell Devesh to post it and I will pin it. Please join that. And these are all the announcements we have. Ticket links to Rohan's shows will be in the comments, so the pinned comments. So please go ahead, book and go watch if you're in Mumbai. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. And before we play the end music, then might as well we'll just say it. Wakanda Forever. See you guys. Bye bye. Okay, I don't have music. I will pause now.